We begin on a sad note with the unfortunate incident in Anambra State, southeast Nigeria. On Tuesday, gunmen killed Dr. Chike Akunyili, the husband to the former Director General of NAFDAC, who was also a former information minister. We're talking about the husband to the late Professor Dora Akunyili, who was killed at Moji in Idemili North local government area. His driver and escort were also killed during the attack. And in another sorry tale of the festering insecurity in the eastern part of the country, BKO, a really sad, unfortunate and needless killing, or series of killings if you look at the trend of such attacks in Anambra and neighboring states.
I was discussing with a friend this morning who is based in Anambra, and he told me that that day further attacks took place. The problem is not every attack gets reported. Oh, this is someone prominent in the society, therefore when such a person gets killed, it will attract the attention of the media. So that's to tell you that there is a real rage of insecurity in the southeast, especially Anambra State. Last weekend, one nasty video went viral. It was the video of a man wearing dreadlocks, shot at close range by cultists, and then beheaded. So after they beheaded him, they began kicking his head from one part of the field where they were to another, using his head to play football, and they were now mocking the deceased in death. That happened in Anambra East local government, Ibariam. That's the name of the community. I'm really worried for the southeast. The descent to anarchy in the southeast is a matter of grave concern, because it's not Anambra State alone. These things happen in Enugu. You see people being attacked, especially on Mondays. Even after IPOP said, no, we have decided that we will no longer do sit at home on Mondays, except on days when Nnamdi Kanu will be brought to court. But hoodlums are still killing people for refusing to sit in their homes and embrace hunger on Mondays. So it's terrible. No one deserves to die in the manner in which Dr. Akunyili has died, on a day that he went to receive a posthumous award.
Indeed.
In honor of his wife.
Indeed.
You know, I mean, it's just terrible. It's even possible that they felt he was a politician. It may have been a case of mistaken identity, because I really can't put my finger on what's going on. And this insecurity in the southeast is not limited to IPOB or its paramilitary unit, ESN. Criminal headsmen are also killing people in the southeast. In Ebonyi, for example, headsmen have killed people so many times. In Enugu, they've been killing people. So it's not what has really worsened the situation is the role of IPOB in all of this violence. But the violence being visited on people in that part of the country is not limited to IPOB or to ESN. Even security agents too are involved. Sometimes just firing on people needlessly. So something must give. This orgy of violence has to stop. No one knows what will happen in just a matter of days to the governorship election, for example. We don't know what these people have in mind. They could just be killing people unless we are able to protect our people much better, this thing will degenerate.
Indeed, Moji Jamiu, how would you react to the killing of Dr. Akunyili? Eyewitnesses are reported to have heard the killers, saying or chanting that there will be no election in Anambra in November. And of course, IPOB has come out to say that they have no hand in the killing, rather attributing it to political forces.
It's a very sad development, especially given the fact that just yesterday, like Jide said earlier, he was accompanied by his son, who is also a political appointee in the government of Anambra State, to receive an award, a posthumous award, at University of Nigeria, Nsukka. They departed, they hugged themselves, and they left, and on his way he was hacked down in that manner. And you see, the security concern in Anambra is really getting worrisome. Recall that about 3 months ago, Professor Charles Soludo, the ABGA candidate, was also, he barely escaped in the same Anambra, right in his village. They trailed him there, and they killed some of his security aides, but he was able to escape. Up till today, those who are behind that attack, have not been captured, or we have not heard any other thing about it. And now this, and like it's a recurring decimal now in Anambra and several other parts of the country, especially in the southeast. Now that of Anambra is becoming really worrisome because IPOB is threatening that there will be no election. Because the election is just a few weeks away, that there will be no election. So they are sit at home and what have you. There have been heightened state of insecurity in that. But I think the leaders of the Southeast should come together and do something drastic about this, because apart from the fact that Dora Akunyili served Nigeria, in a manner, and the way she died of cancer and what have you. Look at the husband, also a medical doctor, is just coming out of the shock of the death of the wife. Now it was gone down. Now the children are now total complete widows. So orphans. So look at the manner. I don't think. He is involved in any political.
He's not a politician.
He's not a politician.
That's why I say it could be mistaken identity.
But even at that, it goes to show that if somebody like this could be killed, it means virtually nobody is safe in Anambra, and to a larger extent, the whole of the southeast. This is a situation that calls for grave concern and a rejig of our entire security architecture, especially as it borders on the southeast and the northern parts of the country. The rate of insecurity is getting more worrisome.
And if we still, keep our spotlight in Anambra, even though concerns are also mounted on this spate of insecurity across the country, but looking at the fact that elections are indeed a few weeks away, as have been rightly pointed out by you both, BKO, so what happens? How much of an impact, or how can the impact of this insecurity in Anambra State be mitigated as the election date or day draws nearer?
I think that the best that the government can do is to tighten security in that state. Thankfully, Anambra is not too big to be policed. It's not as big as Enugu State. Enugu is the biggest state in the southeast. So they should be able to pour security operatives into that state and increase patrols, motorized patrols, not simply standing on one spot checkpoint. No, motorized patrols would help us secure that whole area better, because I can sense that even that election, the turnout will be extremely low. People tend to fear IPOB and its agents more than they fear Nigerian security agents or even the government. We've seen governments issue threats that if you don't come to work, you lose your job on Mondays, and people stay in their homes. Okay, let me lose my job. It's better to lose my job than to lose my life. We've seen governors of the Southeast issue such threats. Well, people won't listen.
Biko, let me interrupt you. We have a very first caller on the show today, Abubakar from Kaduna. I will get back to you, Biko. Good evening, Abubakar.
Good evening.
Welcome.
Good evening.
My regard to the people on table there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Abu. Carry on, please.
I guess you can.
Now good. I want to comment on this Igbo people issue, this IPOB. You see, in this IPOB issue, it's like all the people in the Igbo land are in the support of this IPOB, because I don't know why all the governors in the Igbo land have no power, and all the traditional people have no power, and all the elders in that region have no power to talk to them. And they are dealing with their people. They don't know that they are destroying their economy, because all what they are doing it because of one person, Nnamdi Kanu. That Nnamdi Kanu, if he see way, he will run away and go back to that Oyibo land. He is contributing nothing to their economy.
All right.
Think they can.
All right, thank you very much, Laji Abubakar there. Well, BKO, and in response to what our caller said, of course, more and more influential people have come out severally to stand with
Ohaneze, for example.
Nigeria.
Ohaneze, for example, said, see,
indeed,
you cannot say that you are going to do a lockdown for 1 month if the DSS does not produce Nnamdi Kanu in court. You can imagine what pains, what agonies people will go through if you say they should sit inside their houses for 1 whole month.
Even for a week.
It's easier imagined. So Ohaneze has come out to say, no, even Kanu would not approve of this, because he won't be happy to see his people suffer. After all, the whole idea, he complained that the Southeast was marginalized and badly treated. That was why it took up this fight. Now, for some people to now say people should sit in their houses and not work. If you don't work, how do you feed your children for a whole month? So Ohaneze has come out. So I disagree that it's like everyone is happy. No, people are not happy. People can't be happy that they can't go to work. People can't be happy that they step out of their houses and they risk being killed. People, even hotels now, people are even scared to stay even in hotels, because we could hunt you down right there. So no one can be happy with that state of affairs. The point is, efforts have to be made to protect our people better, because at the end of the day, it is the responsibility of government to protect the people. Some of these victims now, they are just innocent people. You could just be unlucky. Okay, somebody moving from state to state, and he got to some part of the east, and they stopped his truck and set ablaze all of what he was carrying. The truck that was bearing motorcycle parts the other day was heading for Kogi State. So innocent people are suffering. This whole thing has to end. You can't continue like this, just killing people. So people don't feel protected. If the moment they feel protected, they will come out of their homes, go to their workplaces when you tell them to walk out or come out. But they can't feel that protection. They've seen people who dared to come out being killed. This is a complete state of lawlessness, because even after IPOB said, no, we are not saying people should not go out. Some miscreants have not taken it upon themselves to be killing people on Mondays, destroying people's workplaces. Right. So in such a state of insecurity,
it has become a Monday ritual.
In such a state of insecurity, you just have to hide your head inside your house. If you are traveling, wherever you are, just stop. Don't move further, because if you move further, move into the east, anything will happen to you.
Mochid, your last thoughts on this. Of course, we are getting into more discussions on the insecurity in the country, coming even to Nigeria's commercial capital of Lagos. But the government's handling of the situation in the southeast, in Anambra State specifically, versus IPOB and the perceptions around IPOB having a hand despite the denials. How do you think the government, can be more proactive?
I said it earlier. The government and the elders needs to come together. Because apparently, the guys, bearing the IPOB shield is that they are young men. And they can't claim to have more wisdom than, you see that more elderly people are in Ohanese, while the IPOB seems to be the youth wing. Now, it is the IPOB that is the militant group that are insisting on all these things, that are creating fears in people. And it's like NSAS in Lagos, which was hijacked by hoodlums. The IPOB sit-at-home process have been hijacked by hoodlums who feel that, well, they have, they should harass people who refuse to stay at home almost every Monday now, even when IPOB has said no. It's only on court days for Nnamdi Kanu that the sit-at-home will be enforced. So I suggest that the government should sit down with the leaders and traditional rulers to call these boys, quote unquote, to order, and allow peace to reign in the southeast. Because it should be a disincentive to investment. People will run away from that place.
All right, we'll rest our conversation on the issue in Anambra State for now. We'll get back and hope that we have more palatable news to discuss on the situation in Anambra State. In the meantime,